Republicans are calling their national sales tax plan the Fair Tax Act. It imposes a 30% sales tax on everything that you buy: groceries, cars, rent, tuition, etc. You know what else it does? It shifts the taxes from the ultra wealthy to the middle class and the poor. What the heck is fair about that? I mean, seriously, how do they come up with these? President Biden said that it will cause economic chaos, which is probably what MAGA Republicans want. Senator Jon Tester of Montana, perhaps one of the most popular senators in recent history, he says over his dead body. Yeah, he really said that. Here, check it out.
We do not want a sales tax in Montana, and we do not want the federal government telling us, oh no, you have no say over this. We're going to drive one down your throat. Because it'll increase costs. It'll hurt business. It'll really hurt working families across our state. And I'll tell you, that's not the right thing to do. And I think, quite frankly, it's a silly doggone idea. And like I said, over my dead body, we'll fight every day until this thing goes down to defeat.
What do you guys think? Well, actually, I already asked some of you. Let me share what I got in my mail about this. First, I live in a state with no sales tax, New Hampshire. This would be hard to get used to. I can see the 30% going up over time. Then in another one, in North Carolina, labor used to not be taxed, like a mechanic or plumber. Since 2017, they passed a new law where labor is taxed. They would literally tax us to breathe if they could. Do you guys feel the same way? Do you think the government would tax us for breathing if they could do that? Drop me a quick comment, yes or no, on that one. And while you're doing that, we're going to get to the bottom of this whole sales tax issue for you. This amidst a big slip in Americans' wealth after the massive loss that we saw in the spring. Oh, and stay tuned for the finale. Amazon letting you get generic prescription meds for free together with your Amazon Prime membership. Have you guys heard about this one? Yeah, let's see if it's actually worth it, plus what some actual doctors have to say about it. All in today's video. Also, if you own a home, make sure your home is protected. Never be caught off guard by another very unexpected home repair again. Get your free home warranty quote. The link is in the description down below. Now, guys, President Biden is having a field day with his recent Republican proposal to impose a 30% sales tax on everybody. Most of all, low and middle class Americans, even those on fixed incomes like Social Security and SNAP benefits. Now, according to President Biden, quote, "We're moving in the right direction. Now we've got to protect those gains that our policies have generated, protect them from the MAGA Republicans in the House of Representatives who are threatening to destroy this progress," end quote. He even outright says, quote, "Here's the deal. They want to cut your Social Security and Medicare. Beyond that, they're actually threatening to have us default on the American debt," end quote. He called it the chaos they're suggesting. White House spokesperson Andrew Bates argued in his own official statement that, quote, "Under the guise of fiscal responsibility, Republicans want to cut the benefits that middle-class Americans pay for throughout their working lives. But they also want to enlarge the deficit with new tax giveaways for the wealthiest Americans. This is nothing more than an extreme plot to sell out middle-class families to rich special interests at any cost," end quote. All right. So let me break this down. What's happening for everybody? Kevin McCarthy had a hell of a time getting elected as House Speaker, and a list of all the concessions that he made to the most conservative members of his party would not fit in just one video. But one of the more important was a concession to hold a vote about a radical tax reform proposal known as this fair tax. So the fair tax at its heart is simple enough. It would take almost every federal tax and replace them with a big old fat 30% sales tax on everything. Virtually every American would get a monthly check from the government to cover the cost of paying the tax on essentials. Let me tell you, this isn't the first time that I've heard about this. Matter of fact, it's probably not the first time you've heard about it. Now, I have a couple of friends who are actually for a 10% flat tax for quite some time now. But 30%? That's just insane. And that's exactly what liberal groups and other enthusiastic conservative tax cutters are saying. I mean, here's what they're saying in the National Review. Quote, "Any House Republican who backs this bill can accurately be accused for voting for raising the price of everything by a huge amount at a time when inflation is already high, shifting more of the tax burden to the middle class, instituting a large new wealth tax on senior citizens, increasing federal spending by a massive amount, increasing the deficit, and creating large black markets," end quote. I can't put it simply enough though. It's 30% on everything, from groceries to healthcare to rent and home purchases to interest on your credit cards. Just a little financial education tip for everybody. If this passes, everyone should own a business ASAP. Let me know if you guys want me to cover more business ideas, maybe home business ideas, online business ideas, so that you can take full advantage of this. Drop me a quick comment down below. Now, about the word regressive that you might be hearing a lot with this whole new tax proposal. That means it is targeting low-income people and sidestepping the rich billionaires like Tesla's Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos' Amazon. The way it works is that rich people spend less of their income and they save more of it. So as a share of income, a sales tax, it takes less from them than it does compared to how much it would actually take from poor people's income. Low and middle income people spend more of their income, a larger percentage of their income on goods and services rather than savings. So a sales tax that targets these same goods and services is going to hit them hard. Now, if this pushes through, seriously, this could wipe us out. Now, some recent research disputes this in US context, mostly because sales tax often exempt spending that makes up a bigger share of low-income people's budgets, such as rent and groceries. But hey, there is that prebate that they're boasting about. Isn't that a good thing? Checks for everybody? Well, take a look. Each household would get a monthly check worth 23% of the poverty threshold for a household their size. So in 2023, that's about $279.45 a month for a single adult, with an extra $98.52 per month for each additional person in the house. So for a family of four, this adds up to $6,900 in no strings attached cash payments every single year. And they're for everyone. All 50 states, or at least every citizen and most legal residents. Everyone with a social security number would be eligible. It would instantly become one of the largest programs in the entire federal government. Now, if you multiply the number of households in the United States by the rebate size for the average household of 2.6 people, you get an annual cost of about $650 billion. That's around the size of our defense budget and about what Medicare cost before the C-19 crisis. The $1,400 checks or stimulus checks that the Biden administration sent out back in March 2021, that only cost $402 billion. Sounds too good to be true? Well, that is, of course, because it is. Because that prebate that they're bragging about also comes with strings attached. Now, in this case, getting rid of the personal and corporate income taxes and the estate tax, which are the three most progressive taxes in the federal code. So in other words, these taxes are weighted to tax rich people more. In fact, most Americans on low or middle income, the personal income tax already gives them money through provisions like the earned income tax credit or even the child tax credit. Getting rid of it means all of those benefits go away. Now, at the top end, the rich go from paying a top rate of 40.8% of their wages, as well as 23.8% on their income from investments, to just paying the 30% tax on everything that they buy. But wealthy people save way more of their income than non-wealthy people do. And everything that they save would be tax-free. By one measure, rich people in the 2010s, they saved 8.5% of their income, while the bottom 90% had a negative savings rate, spending 2.8% more than they earned. Most probably, the Congressional Budget Office and the Joint Committee of Taxation will report that it will increase the deficit by trillions of dollars every year and increase taxes on the middle class, and I expect these findings to kill it in Congress. Most likely, and here's hoping, the fair tax is never happening, at least not at the 30% rate. Just take a look at the recent data from the Federal Reserve. It showed how Americans' wealth continued to slide in the third quarter as stock prices in the stock market plunged over the summer. Now, according to this, the net worth of households and nonprofit organizations dropped by $400 billion in the third quarter. The value of households' stocks declined by $1.9 trillion, while their real estate holdings increased in value by $700 billion. Now, this comes after our collective wealth plummeted more than $6 trillion in the second quarter. The third quarter was just brutal for stocks. The S&P 500 index fell 5.3% during the period, and it's been pretty much flopping ever since. Household debt grew by 6.3% in the third quarter at a seasonally adjusted annual rate, slower than in the previous quarter. Home mortgage debt increased 6.6%, while non-mortgage consumer credit jumped by 7%. Now, another recent finding, Americans are not happy about their financial situation. About half said that it's worse than it was a year ago, while around a third said that it's pretty much about the same financial shape. Only 16% of the people who were questioned or surveyed said that they're better off now. Probably billionaires, big pharma, entrepreneurs, and investors. Kind of makes everyone want to be an entrepreneur and investor. Anyway, over half said that they believe that the economy is continuing to worsen, while 30% said that it had stabilized. Only 17% said that the economic conditions are getting better. Hit the like button if you guys agree with these poll results. Now, in these tough times, we have to check out every opportunity to save and maybe even earn some cash flow with a side hustle or two. Which brings us to our next story. Amazon Prime adds prescription meds in their membership. Are you guys Amazon Prime members? Even if you're not, check this out. It's an Amazon Prime add-on called RX Pass, and this will allow Amazon Prime members to get as many drugs as you need from a list of 50 generic medications to treat more than 80 common chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, anxiety, and diabetes. Now, the service costs $5 a month per person and delivery is free. Amazon also offers a Prime prescription savings benefit, which offers a discount of up to 80% on generic medications and up to 40% on name brand prescriptions. RX Pass doesn't offer insulin or specialty medications, and it's not available for people on Medicaid or Medicare. They decline to say whether Amazon will expand the list of medications offered through RX Pass in the future, but they did say that approximately 150 million people are on at least one of the medications included in the initial RX Pass list. Now, I looked it up on Reddit just to see, what people had to say about this. But here are some from actual doctors in the medicine subreddit. All right, so first from 16 Mesters, you have to be a Prime member, so it's not really $5 a month. It's about $11.50 per month plus the $5. Prime memberships also drive people to purchase more from them. So in actuality, the economics are more convoluted than $5 per month. These are also done via mail order and mass fulfillment sites, driving down the cost. Adding to that, here's GERD 50501. It's likely about getting you into the Prime ecosystem. Then you are more likely to buy off of Amazon. Get an Amazon credit card to save 5% on Amazon purchases, and they get money off of that. The Amazon credit card is a good deal actually for buying off of Amazon, but it does keep you in their ecosystem. This comes with Prime Video. So maybe you'll rent Top Gun 2 off of them instead of Redbox. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if you guys saw Top Gun 2 Maverick. Oh my God. If you have not, definitely check that video out, that movie out, I should say. It was epic. I think it's about getting you into their whole ecosystem. It's a good deal altogether. Amazon is basically the Borg. Next, from the doctor, Up Dog Food Truck. Okay, so he's saying no inhalers, so no interest for my patients. At least Mark Cuban's Cost Plus is trying. This is a poor substitute for that or Good RX or anything else. Until they start hitting the generic versions of Advair, maybe Spiriva, and Albuterol, I won't even bring it up to my patients. But maybe in a year or so, it might build out to something worthwhile. Cost Plus started slow too. What I'm seeing here is potential to save money in your budget through some Amazon/Cost Plus / whatever prescription service you can find bargain hunting. It's about those small optimizations that you can do. And hey, maybe you could make a side hustle out of this. Offer the service to your friends who have prescriptions on their own. Nothing illegal, of course. Just some good old income streams for you and for your loved ones. We could totally get into this more if you guys are interested. Just hit me up in the comments down below. More exciting news coming up in my future updates, guys. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure your notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out on the future action. But for now, hope you guys caught all the Prime information in today's money update and daily news report. 30% sales tax Republicans are proposing, why we don't want it anywhere near us, and the new Amazon RX Pass for your prescription meds. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking with me, guys. Thanks for always hitting the like button. I really appreciate the love and the support. I'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe.